Chapter 1: Eternal Darkness. Liam Blackwood's world was a pitch-black abyss. No light, no color, just sounds amplified to a deafening roar. Liam, 24 years old, was the sole survivor of a brutal massacre that claimed the lives of the entire Blackwood's family at their suburban manor. Police found him huddled in a closet, shaking, eyes wide open, but completely vacant. Doctors concluded he suffered from hysterical blindness, a brain defense mechanism shutting down vision to block out unbearable trauma. For treatment, Liam was transferred to Sterling Manor, an ancient mansion perched on a steep cliff owned by Dr. Arthur Sterling, a renowned but eccentric behavioral psychologist. "How are you feeling today, Liam?" Sterling's voice was warm and deep, coming from the leather armchair opposite. The smell of pipe tobacco and aged oak filled Liam's nostrils. "Still pitch black, Doctor," Liam whispered, gripping his walking cane tight. "And I still hear his footsteps, the one who killed my mother." "You are safe here," Sterling reassured, the sound of a fountain pen scratching on paper. "It's just you and me. No one can hurt you." But Liam didn't believe him. A blind man's senses are sharper than average, and he smelled something metallic coming from the basement whenever the wind changed, the smell of bleach and rusty iron. Chapter 2: Sounds in the Night. 3 weeks passed. Sterling Manor was vast, like a cold maze. Liam began to notice anomalies. Dr. Sterling didn't act like a doctor, he acted like a warden. He always locked Liam's room at night. He forbade Liam from entering the West Wing. One night, Liam woke up thirsty. The door was unlocked tonight. He tiptoed into the hallway, his cane tapping lightly against the wall. Creak, creak. A noise echoed from the kitchen. Not mice, it was metal grinding against stone. Scrape, scrape, rhythmic and cold. Liam held his breath, merging into the shadows. "This blade is too dull," Sterling muttered, his voice no longer warm but raspy and terrifying. Then came a sound that froze Liam's blood, the muffled groans of someone gagged with tape. "Hush now, little prey." Liam stumbled back, accidentally hitting a potted plant. Clack! Silence. The sharpening sound stopped abruptly, deadly silence. Liam scrambled back to his room, pulling the covers over his head, heart pounding against his ribs. He realized the horrifying truth. He wasn't brought here to be cured. He was brought here to be a new toy for a serial killer masquerading as a doctor. Chapter 3: Prey Becomes Hunter. Liam knew he had to act. He wouldn't sit and wait for death like his family. The next day, while Sterling was in the garden, Liam snuck into his office. Using hearing and touch, he ransacked the room. He found a spare key ring. He found a bottle of powder in a drawer with a tactile warning label, likely rat poison or a strong sedative. Liam smiled a faint smile, a smile that shouldn't belong on the face of an innocent victim. That evening, Sterling made coffee as usual. "Here is your coffee, Liam. Drink it to warm up." "Thank you, Doctor. Could you get me a towel? I spilled a bit on my shirt." Sterling turned his back to walk to the linen closet. In a split second, Liam, the supposedly blind man, opened his eyes, sharp, alert, and cruel eyes. Quick as a flash, he switched the 2 coffee cups on the table. When Sterling turned back, Liam's eyes were closed, his face fearful again. Sterling sat down, sipping his coffee. "You know, Liam, fear is an excellent seasoning." I agree, Liam replied, his voice strangely calm. Suddenly, Sterling clutched his throat, his eyes rolled back, foam spilled from his mouth. He collapsed onto the floor, convulsing violently before lying still. Chapter 4: The Light of Truth. Liam stood up. He didn't need the cane anymore. He opened his eyes, looking down at the old doctor's body with pure contempt. Stupid old man, trying to play cat and mouse with me, Liam sneered, kicking Sterling's body. I killed my entire family without leaving a trace. Who do you think you are? Liam bent down, looting Sterling's pockets for the main gate keys. He stepped over the corpse, walking straight to the heavy oak front door. Freedom. He was almost free. With this acting skills, he would tell the police he killed Sterling in self-defense. He would walk free. He was a genius. Click. He shoved the key in. The door swung open. He rushed out, expecting the salty sea breeze and the moonlight of freedom. But no. Chapter 5: The Experimental Prison. Blinding light hit Liam's eyes, forcing him to squint. Not moonlight, it was the glare of dozens of high-voltage floodlights. In front of him wasn't a cliff or a garden. In front of him was a cold steel corridor, surrounded by reinforced bars and barbed wire fences. Dozens of armed police, guards, and prosecutors stood there, staring down at him from a high balcony. Liam froze. He turned back to look at Sterling Manor. It wasn't a mansion, it was a simulation set built right in the middle of the courtyard of a maximum security prison. "Cut!" a voice rang out from behind. Liam spun around. The corpse of Dr. Arthur Sterling was scrambling to his feet. He coughed, dusted off his shirt, and spat out a small red capsule used to create fake foam. "Excellent acting, Liam Blackwood," Sterling said, his voice icy cold, devoid of any warmth. But the coffee wasn't poisoned, it was just sugar. "What?" Liam stammered, his face drained of blood. A man in a suit stepped forward, the chief prosecutor. He looked at Liam, holding a file. "Liam Blackwood, you repeatedly denied killing your family, citing hysterical blindness. You claimed you had no cognitive awareness." The prosecutor pointed to the hidden surveillance cameras on the simulator walls. "But we just recorded the entire process. You are not blind. It was premeditated murder. You swapped the poison cups with precision. You confessed to killing your family to the victim's corpse." Sterling stepped up beside the prosecutor, taking off his reading glasses. "I'm not a therapist, Liam. I am Professor Arthur Sterling, an FBI criminal profiler, and this is behavioral provocation therapy. We created an environment to make the monster inside you feel threatened, forcing it to reveal itself." Sterling leaned close to Liam's ear, whispering, "You thought you were the hunter. No, kid. In this cage, you are just a rat." Final chapter: The Verdict. Two large officers tackled Liam to the floor, handcuffing him. Liam didn't scream, he just laughed, a manic, chilling laugh that echoed through the steel prison. He knew he had lost a massive psychological chess game. "Take him away," the prosecutor ordered. "With this evidence, the death penalty is certain." Slam. The heavy iron door slammed shut behind Liam, locking him in true darkness. This time, there was no way out.